This is a story I wanted to share from a long time, but again, I was a bit insecure about it, or insecure in the sense that I thought that might be this not be favored by many people. But again, the truth has to be presented, whether people are liking it or not. You know, sometimes it feels very saddening because people sometimes can live their whole lifetimes without being aware. Like they can live from the age of 0 to 100 and die without even realizing what their life is all about. And of course, it's really saddening. But thankfully, I got the opportunity to know life. And again, I'm not going to talk on a very philosophical basis and all those. Just a neutral story. So let me just directly start with the story, and then I would like to further comment on it. So what happened was that up to class five, in grade five, everything was normal, right? So I was a decent student during that time. I did not do too well. I was a bit above average, but generally, the of course again class five again. What can you expect again? So, however, after my fifth grade got over, we had this COVID, Corona, basically, and this lockdown happened, and of course, we all know in during the lockdown, it felt as if the time passed too fast. Days blurred, months, disappeared, years turned into days, and somehow I went from class six to class eight when our school again reopened without even ever realizing it. I did not even I don't did not e- do not even remember now what I did in my whole 2 years except gaming. That was just such a miserable state I was just after coming to class 8. Like all I can remember during that class 6 period is that I used to do some I used to watch useless things on internet and play games with my friends. That is all I could remember, honestly. I'm not joking. So what happened is that, of course, again, needless to say, normal as it began. uh, Normal friends. I have also talked with my friends. We again met after so many in the sense we met after 2 years, 2 whole years, uh, and of course it was a very, what can I say, very enjoyable experience. So, but suddenly a girl, she came into my life, and of course that's nothing too much dramatic or too much romantic about it. Again, so this girl, I remembered her from class 5, right? I didn't know her when I was in class 5. Like, of course, it is not possible for me to know each and every student. So there were 5 sections and around 50, so 250 students were there, around 250 200 students were there in our class itself. Like in our class, in the sense that we had 5 sections. So 5 sections, around 40 50 children, so around 200 children. 200 250. So of course it was not possible for me to know all of them. I only knew a few select of my friends and uh, my friends friends and all those, but I did not know this girl. However, I recognized her when she came into my life, or rather came into my life. It's just, I know it's a very bad way to put it. It just happened naturally, right? So I remember her that like after she see all this while I was not thinking of this incident, of her, but when she talked with me and all this, then I remembered that during my class 5 I got a prize. I got a certificate that okay, I scored the highest in a particular subject. I think it was in computer science, right? Again, class 5th grade, everyone can do wonders. uh, but anyways, so during that time I was studying computer science. I studied up computer science bit well, so I got a good marks, and so I was awarded with the highest performer or highest mark scorer, whatever that award was. I don't remember it now. I was awarded with that, and she, you can say the girl I'm talking about, she was awarded with the all-rounder prize. So again, I did not know her. She did not know me. It was after this class, after all this lockdown. It just happened naturally, nothing too dramatic. So we just talked. That time I had this Instagram thing, so I just talked with her, always chatted with her. Time passed again, and see, some people, they started joking that you have a girlfriend. She is your girlfriend. People, I used to travel via this bus, school transport. So the people there, they joked. Even my juniors joked about it that, oh, well, he has a girlfriend and all this. Again, very childish, feels like. But see, but I never looked at her as such that okay, she is my girlfriend and she is mine and mine only, because again, this kind of vices, I don't know, this did not appear in me and is still not in me. Again, I don't know whether that's good or bad, but again, it did not appear in me that time also, not even now also. I looked at her like just a normal friend that okay, we talk, we had a few, we talk with each other just like friends, like just I talk with my uh, normal friends, my male friends, just similarly I talk with her. Of course, I did not talk with too many girls, so that's why I think that might have seemed absurd or to my friends, or rather it's such a young age. So anyways, keeping that aside, so as I was mentioning, my friends just joked with me that made fun that okay, your girlfriend. I just always laughed it off, because not because I was shy or something like that, because I knew that that was not the case. I did not look at her in a perspective that okay, uh, I want to marry her or something like that. I did not. People generally in relationships today, they have this concept of dating and all this. So I did not have much of those. Like she was, you can say, a companion rather than using all these words like partner, girlfriend. These are really, really much degraded. These have degraded much from their actual significance, actual meaning. So companion is a much better word which I can use for her. So she was just like a very normal companion. There was no attachment, or no attachment in the sense that no physical attraction. Of course, she looked beautiful and stuff. Again, everyone is, but it was not because physical attachment. It was just something, I don't know how it came about, but it came anyways. I'm not here to explain how it happened. Again, biology, just that's just us. And of course, again, there was no overthinking during that time. However, the same year, my grandfather also passed away. Uh, of course, that was a really sad incident, because my grandfather was again very close to me. And a few months after this, my grandfather passed away. It was all the normal thing. I had given my midterms, basically half yearlies, and I was like, I just normal day. I just came back. I went to school and I came back from home. I came back to home, and in a particular night, I exactly don't remember the date, but something changed. Like I had a dream, if I uh, put it very clear. And it wasn't, it's not like random dreams which I keep on having. Previously, used to have dreams like, okay, I went to some theme park to enjoy with my friends. Very foolish kind of dreams. Again, very fragile, very very childish, very, you can say, stupid dreams. Again, I used to have. And again, this I also had a few dreams, nightmares, you can say. Dreams would be a much uh, less intense word. Nightmares, that what if my parents die and all this, because that time I experienced a loss of my loved one. So again, it's quite natural. This just happens. Again, because I was too much attached to my parents, so I always had this thought that what if something happens to my parents and all this. Especially that was just after the COVID time, we had seen so many deaths. So it was, of course, that kind of nightmares I also had. But this dream was nothing random. This was like, it felt structured. It was like a story that somehow, I don't know. I can't attribute it to something divine, but it really something, you can say, miracle kind of thing happened. But I don't know how. Like it felt like a story that my mind was trying to tell me. So we were talking. So I had my friends with me in the dream, and I had my so-called partner or girlfriend also. And we were normally talking, right? So just everything, I felt as if I had just went to school and was normally living that life, but I was actually in the dream. But something felt a little bit different. Um, I had a dream that I was all here, and suddenly I was thrown out into a void, and there I had nothing except infinite space, just fully black, whitish space, and I could not just move. I felt bonded there. Really, it was such a terrifying experience. Uh, Nightmare again, but Nightmare from what? It was, I did not see anything. I was just in a blank space. I was stuck, and it was not nothing like that. I was claustrophobic or something like that. I felt stuck because I had to, I could have walked around, but I could not see any destination. I could not see anything. It was just like, let's say if I blind you enough for light, with light, that light, that big patch of light, I just felt like that entire in its entirety around me. I just didn't know what happened. What happened? I tried to clutch anything I could, but I could not find anything. And the next morning, when I woke up, and, as I mean, I normally during that time I used to wake up at around. Used to sleep at 10:30 and used to wake up at 7 o'clock. But that time, during that night, I woke up at 5 o'clock. I was just so much traumatized, you can say, by the dream, and also in that dream, I could realize that something is very fragile. All this is because I am with my friends. So who am I without my friends? Who am I without my parents? Who am I without my partner? Who am I without the world? Am I just nothing in this front of the world? Like, I always wanted to do. I was always very ambitious previously. That okay, I want to do this, do that. But who am I without all this? Like all these worldly things. Who am I actually? If my partner goes, of course she will go. If my parents go away, if my things go away, who am I? What I would be? See, I am the body, but am I really the body? I felt something that I was separate from the body. Like I felt as if the body was a different thing, and I was different because the body always was restless, and I was tensed. That okay, where am I? I was just completely dumbfounded. I did not know what to do during that time. It's really enthralling and really blissful is definitely not a word I want to say. Terrifying would be a much better word. I was terrified at first that what is all this? Is our life so fragile? Like anything can happen at any time. Like and if something happens, then what about us? Are we only the body? Are we only the person who just have to die after a few years? Let's say 180 years, we have to just die. Is that all? And from that point, something changed. I also remember an incident that my partner, or rather my friend, companion rather, she gifted me a box of dairy chocolates, dairy milk, and Cadbury basically celebrations, all those during my birthday. And again, I feel a kind of, even when I accepted that, it's a very I felt a bit hurt because I took something from someone without giving the person anything, or I like it's kind of like a dowry system. Like I asked someone for like for the exchange of relationship you are in. Uh, I I am going to accept a kind of dairy milk or something like that from you. And honestly, I felt so bad about it. I did not even bring it home, and I did not even eat any one chocolate. I swear. So what I did, my friends, I had many friends in my bus. So I told my close friend about what had happened, and I shared the chocolate among my friends. I did not even eat it, not even a single one. I shared all of them because I realized that it was not something of my own. I did not pay for it. That was first thing, and the second thing was that we are just companion. But again, I could not at that time refuse her. If that incident happened currently, I would bluntly just told her that no, don't indulge into all this. But that time I did not have this. I did not have the courage, or I did not have the, you can say, the knowledge that I wanted to eat it, because dairy milk, of course, again, very tasty food, you know, and tasted great. But I did not eat any single one. I just distributed all because I realized that I am taking something from someone without, like, it's like a kind of grant, a loan. Why should there be exchange of gifts, exchange of money within companion if we are truly a companion? So that incident also happened, but currently I don't have any financial means as such, as I because I honestly I want to return that. Of course, again, it would be too childish to return a packet of dairy milk, or rather the packet, because again that will just increase the opposing gender's desire to eat more, or indulge in worldly desires more. If the love is true, then I would try to uplift her, not degrade her or not push her into this material things, because that's the highest love, highest possible love that one can happen, that actually can happen, and that is completely selfless, unconditional. So that was the incident. I wanted to do something in return of it, but I could not during that time. And if I go further into the story, after the dream, I woke up and everything was different. It was not like the person changed. I had my same friends. She also was, you know, talked with me normally. We also had jokes. We also had chats. But my mind was a bit different from uh, it was previously. And here's the a bit of unsettling part, that in people, what happen in general relationships, I see some of my friends and I see so many people out there that they break up and they have their really painful experiences, that cheating and all those. But in our case it was nothing like that. We came and we just left apart naturally. It was natural, like nothing actually happened between the two of us. She didn't change, our conversations didn't change, but I think I was the one, not my body. I was the one who changed. The big my consciousness was maybe changed. I sometimes I tried that. Sometimes I had this feeling that I deleted my Instagram completely, and I thought about it 1,000 times. Why did I delete it? I don't have any idea. It was just as if I could see something very material, very fragile in front of me. I just deleted it anyhow. Like, why? It was not as if that I was much concerned about studies and I was much concerned about distractions and all. I just deleted it just for the sake that I know that she is again. It's just something material. She's very material, and why am I clutching all the things? Why am I holding on to something? I am constantly trying to hold on to something. If my partner goes, I try to hold on my friends. If my friends go, I try to hold on my parents. If my parents go, I try to hold on my games. If in each and every action I do, I just try to hold on things. So it was like a kind of scripted, like my brain had already written it. Every interaction that we had, it gradually reduced, because I did not then talk with her much. She asked me that why did I delete Instagram and all those, because I did not. But again, I did not talk with her much, because again that was fault on my part also. But also again, I myself did not know so much during that time. If I knew, maybe I would have probably explained to her, or I did not find the courage, or I did not find it right at that time to explain it to her or any other of my friends also. My friends also asked me why you were so called happy, you were so called uh, fine in the so-called relationship. Of course, again, I did not look at it in any sense of relationship, but my friends used to tell me, again, childish tendencies. But I realized that every message, everything was slightly different. It's not like some problem arised. It was just natural. We came naturally together, we left apart naturally also. But naturally, we naturally came together. That was, along the flow of life. But I think something changed, something happened. It means it's like I don't know. Of course, I can't comprehend what happened. It is beyond my comprehension. I would not acknowledge to me, be myself to be someone great or someone special that knows that what has happened, what happened during that time. But I just did it. I don't know why. And then I began to ponder over it, that why I began to love her in the very first place. Like, love is a very great word. Why did I began to have this all these bullshit things, that okay, like that awkwardness feeling? Why I had this? Why was she a bit different? As per my friends, why people thought it was a bit different, that why this girlfriend thing is very different from having male friends. So I was really curious, because during that time I did not have very much idea, honestly. I just thought, honestly, I would not lie, from class 6 to class, after I went to class 9, then I came to know that girlfriends means, kind of, again, still again, the idea is not very clear to me. Boyfriends mean the people who are boys. I just thought like it, honestly, I won't lie. And girlfriends are what people who are girls, they're my friends. Honestly, that's what I all thought about. I would not reject it. I know it seems absurd to many people, but to me it's like what you do is very absurd. That okay, she my girlfriend left me and all those. Again, if my companion left me, then okay, okay, that's a problem. But if you say like, "Oh, my girlfriend left me, my boyfriend left me," if you say like that, again it becomes, first of all, really troublesome to understand that what are you actually referring to. Because I used to refer all my friends as boyfriends, and people used to laugh at me that, oh, you have boyfriends. So it's like that. Again, people might have laughed at me, but I don't remember. I don't actually know why they laugh at me, because is there something wrong? Boyfriends are again boy friends, just combination. So I don't know why people laugh. Again, that's still curious to me. If I meet some people who laughed at me during the childhood, I would ask this question to them. Again, I still have this question that why should someone special should be called as girlfriend and other ones boyfriend and other ones just friends. So that's just, again, I don't know what it is, but I think it's just society's conditioning, whatever. Anyway, so I didn't fall for, you can say, I didn't like her basically because of them itself, and I did not, you can say, fell apart because I did not like her. I started liking her less. I love everyone. I guide. I try to guide uh, whichever my friends that comes to me with help, whichever person who feels that okay, I need help with my life or with any problem in general, any academic or anything like that. I'm never. You can ask my friends also. I'm never conservative. It's like I'm free, conservative in the sense that I'm not restricted. You can freely approach me anytime. It's not like I will reject you or something like that. I talk with all the people if they come to me. Of course, again, uh, some people may not like my views again, but what we can do? It's just the truth. Can't hide the truth for something false. So I realized that if I love her, if I truly loved her, would I even love her in the state if she was a boy, or if had really short hair, or she had no physical characteristics? That's the question I can't really answer, because during that time also I did not look at her in physical sense, but I did not. I am not sure exactly what that thing was, but again, it was just something biological again. I exactly I am again I am feeling very overwhelmed and very much confused by this. That how can we differentiate between sexual tendencies and companion tendencies, because they are really very different. Um, and sexual tendencies can happen between, generally happens between opposite gender. Of course, few cases exist, but companionship, it can happen across anyone, and it's appreciated by society, so-called appreciated by society, and it's fine. It looks fine, but I don't know why this concept of girlfriend and boyfriend is so much of a taboo, or taboo in the sense that not standing to its meaning. Like in a few terms in chemistry, we have like molar heat capacity and all those, which are again meaningless. Why? Because molar heat capacity does not stand for molar heat capacity itself. Like it's just, you can kind of say, a cheap definition rather than the broad understanding of the topic. So that was it. That was all. I just stopped talking to her, and of course, if I deleted Instagram, I did not have my own WhatsApp. Then also, now also I used my parents only. So she did not have any other means to talk with me. Sometimes in school we used to talk, but again, our sections were changed, so we did not again talk much. So again, it was just like we don't talk with each other much, and again, of course, uh, now the contact, or now the conversations are zero, very less again, because I can't explain what feeling, whatever. It was not something, sexually biological tendency. It was something else. I don't know, and I'm of course not calling it to be great, but it was not, you can say, a usual that boyfriend girlfriend. It's really overwhelming. I don't know what else to say. It was overwhelming. Again, this is not an attempt to contact back with her or something like that. It's just I wanted to share it because things like that happen all year, and people ask me how I changed, and if I am being a bit let me be a bit not modest. Then after that, I started studying and focusing on other things. I studied a bit and I got a bit above average marks, and in the subsequent grades, I improved gradually a lot in my studies. Again, that is really immaterial. Again, See, and now when I'm studying this also, this studying also feels very immaterial. And my parents, you see, they are today here. Next day they might not be. Um, I had a friend of mine. Friend means basically a classmate. So her parents, sorry, her father died in this. Sorry, in the previous year. Like, okay, again, it's like someone from my age, just the opposite gender, someone from the opposite gender of my age, the same thing, same place around. We live very close, not too far apart. But her father died, and my father also, he also had a heart attack. Again, it's really, again, this transcendental, very glorifying all this, myths and all this, that okay, something divine. I don't think it will help us in the long term. I appreciate my physical mortal father very much. The gurus or the teachers I learned from, my mother, especially my brother also. Now, if I claim that all are just attachments, then that requires a very high degree of freedom. That degree of freedom requires me to go everywhere naked. Naked not by the body, but naked by the mind. Again, it's really very deep to understand, so I don't really expect that you will all will understand. But again, it's really hard to differentiate between biological feelings and true companionship. But again, that relationship or so-called relationship we had or companionship, I think it was a companionship itself, because but I'm not exactly sure itself. It was something in the middle. I'm still not sure of it, but this is just an experience I wanted to share, that how basically this change on all began. You could have asked my friends. I still have my class 6 scores, my report card. I scored around 60% in class 6. And do you know how I hope that this video does not reach to my school authorities. What I used to do, I used to take PDF of the chapters which used to come, and used to scroll through the PDF and write the answers down in my online classes during my online exams. But then that also did not help, because I did not even touch the book. I just made the whole book PDF, and when the questions came, I didn't even know that how to which chapter did it belong from. So that's the thing. So how it all changed, just this process was something. And of course, it did not happen in one night. It was a gradual change. First night I saw the dream, and I saw this dream two times in a row. I did not mention it much because the second time it was not very much significant to me. But two times in a row. After that, I gradually stopped talking. Then I deleted my Instagram. I got associated with other friends who taught me that all this JE and all this exist. I previously did not know anything about this JE and this NEET and all this. I was just, enjoying my life, just living normally. Like that, okay, go home, drink cold drinks, sit in AC, play games with brother, and all these kind of things I was doing. But uh, I had associated with my few other friends who even pushed me to be better. That I think is true companionship. So always differentiate between true companionship, which is also the synonym for love, and the biological or physical tendencies, is very very essential to distinguish them from. If I do get the chance someday, I would gladly like to convey this message to everyone, not only my partner, the so-called partner, but to everyone who needs this, who everyone feels that their relationship is going bad and all those. Or in it's this video was more about personal experience rather than some guidance. So that was all I wanted to share. Like, it's really essential that you map each and every point of your life, because again, if she did not come into my life, maybe I would not have that dream, or maybe I don't know. I would not have that dream, and I would not be able to transfer myself around. And I could not sit with myself to look for answers. I know it feels very scary to leave everything apart, sit alone, empty, looking for answers, but that's the best you can do to yourself. Self observation. So I hope I could make my message, or rather my experience, clear. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop any feedbacks you have and any problems, please email me. I'll try to solve them as fast as possible. Bye.